Good day, ladies and gentlemen. And 2017 is at an end? Oh my god, what the hell happened? Where, oh where, did this year go? Oh where could it be? Well, I for one am looking forward to 2018. This year was not the best year, but it's not anywhere near the worst year. Outside of one particularly depressing event that took place around September, this year has been actually kind of good in some instances. But that particular event that happened around September, yeah, that kind of put a damper on any of the good bits of the year, I'll tell you that. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, I had a friend of mine decide to commit suicide. So that kind of puts a damper on 2017 for me. But if you overlook that, the year really wasn't that bad, at least for me. I've regained a great many things in my personal life that I lost in 2014. And the YouTube channel has proceeded apace. I've weathered the various YouTube issues that have taken place. Ooh, I killed him in one hit. Sweet. And my overall ad revenue is way up. And that's good, because money is good. I need money to continue making videos and various other things. One thing that's kind of crazy, ooh, he got launched. One thing that's kind of cool about this year is I picked up 2 new smoke poles, which makes me very, very happy in pleasure centers of brain, that is for certain. Believe it or not, this year I picked up that MP40. That seems like it was, like, decades ago. But yes, I did indeed pick up the MP40, then I picked up that Star Model BM, which was really, really cool. Come on, Batty! Slice her up! Cut her up! Ah, you gotta love Skyrim. I recently got back into Skyrim just about a couple weeks ago. I didn't really mod it out as much as I could have. I say that, and we're not even in Skyrim right now. I finally decided to give the Falskar mod a try. I'd heard about it a long time ago, just like, whatever. And now I finally decided to play it, and it is very good. Very, very good indeed. But back on to 2017. I'm not going to focus on anything political today, because, you know what? I'm so sick of every fucking thing is political. That's something that I hope has kind of reached its nadir, where everything is political. Well, hopefully now, once a lot of these media outlets are seeing that not everyone wants to hear how bad they are, they might try and stop that after a while. Yeah, this year we got Star Wars Episode 8. I have not seen it myself, but there's no shortage of people giving me 2 different, wildly different opinions. One opinion is it's really, really good, and another opinion is it's really, really bad. I'm going to take the middle ground, at least for the purposes of this video, and say, as a movie, it's probably very entertaining. As far as Star Wars canon, it's a betrayal of epic proportions. Hearing about what they did to poor Luke, just, they've kind of ground Luke up into a pulp, a Luke-shaped mass of flesh. It's quite sad what they did with that. One thing that's quite interesting, though, ladies and gentlemen, is that the 2 biggest names in science fiction, like the 2 most popular science fiction characters of all time, Luke Skywalker, not Luke Skywalker, fuck Luke, Han Solo and Captain Kirk, both of them got really ignominious deaths, which is really quite sad. Kirk didn't get killed in like some epic space battle. He literally just got, shot in the... Well, he didn't get shot in the back, although that was a deleted scene. Instead, he got a bridge dropped on him, and then Han, and then now Luke. I don't know. I'm a very old school kind of Star Wars fan. And also with Star Trek Discovery, not hearing or seeing too many good things about that. The worm drive, really, you just couldn't have had the fucking warp drive. I did not like the Klingon redesign, and the plots just don't sound quite as good as they could be. But none of that particularly matters altogether that much, because when it comes to sci-fi, we of course have the Orville. Of all the shows in 2017, that has got to be one that I really, 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 really like. The Orville is an absolutely excellent television show, and I'm surprised it actually came on television. It really gets what Star Trek is supposed to be. And you wouldn't think that, well, all I got was a draught of strength and a satchel. Oh yeah, that was really worth a master lock right there. But you wouldn't have thought that Seth MacFarlane could have made such a show. The season finale was absolutely excellent. It doesn't go for that social justice diversity crap that so many shows today like to do. And it's a show with some really, really nice characters. I was really surprised at just how good that show really was. And I'm really looking forward to the second season. I hope they don't screw it up or fuck it up in the second season, but then again, you never know. So yeah, that is good at the very least. Also on a personal note, I recommend watching the show called, also I'm running the Skyrim Mod as well. And the Skyrim Mod is awesome, because that thing is fucking creepy. But sadly, he did not stand a chance against my mighty axe. And also have a weapons mod as well. Actually, let me show you my particular character in this playthrough. I've got the Skyrim Armor Mod. I can't remember what that's called at the moment. Armorizer, that's the one. And I have the Dwemer Exoskeleton, although I'm running an earlier version. I actually downloaded that one specifically. Because I feel the mod creator just got a little... I don't think he went overboard, it's just... Sometimes these mods get a little too complicated in some instances, where you just kind of want to play the game. And so in this instance, this is the early Dwemer Exoskeleton. All you got to do is collect a bunch of parts, put it together, and you are basically Science Fiction Master Chief, which I really like. And of course, I've got Batman, because of all the companions, the Batty Man is the best man. And they got the armor right. I remember back in the old Oblivion days, when I wanted a Batman, just Batman armor, and such a thing didn't exist. Now you actually have Batman as a follower. He's basically... He's a fucking walking tank. He can do anything. It's Batman. And when Batman's in Skyrim, ain't no enemy safe. And also, he wields the dual katanas, because that's what the baddie does. Let's see what else we got. Oh yeah, personally, I discovered a show that is really cool called Space Adventure Cobra. And of course, sub, no dub, man. Don't be a scrub. Just read the sub. I came with that on my own. But anyway, it's a very, very good show. Imagine Han Solo mixed with Duke Nukem. Like, I literally just discovered it like about a month ago, and I didn't even watch it then. I was like, oh yeah, I'll look at that later. But when I finally watched it, I was like, oh my god, this is really good. It's from the 80s. And I don't know why Toonami couldn't have had it, because it's every bit as good as Outlaw Star. Also, I'm running 2K textures, by the way. I'm not running an EMB, because every EMB I tried kept crashing. I do not know why it was doing that. So yeah, and also I didn't feel like trying to get everything to work. I just wanted, like, I just want to play fucking Skyrim modded, okay? That's it. So, anyway, where was I? Yeah, Space Adventure Cobra. It's basically a guy named Cobra who acts a bit like Duke Nukem and Han Solo, basically going on a space adventure. I have not finished it yet. Yeah, I let you give up. You're just gonna get right back up. That's one thing that disappointed me. It's like, I'd like to just see him, like, run off, you know? And you can decide whether or not to kill him or not. But Space Adventure Cobra is more or less just Duke Nukem crossed with Han Solo. Han Solo, did I really just get killed by that guy? Did I really just get killed? And I'm at level 30. Yeah, level 31. Also, I'm running a mod that has special loading screens. I really just got killed by a fucking bandit plunderer. Well, I should probably start paying attention to the game. But anyway, Han Solo, at least in the original books, I do not know if the Han Solo movie is going to be any good. We'll just have to see. But, let's see, where was I? Han Solo in the books was not that much of a womanizer. At least not from what I read. The A.C. Crispin series, he had fairly steady relationships all around. And in the Brian Daly trilogy, he also was fairly stable with the ladies. So, I don't know. That's why Cobra is the main character. He definitely makes me think, oh, well, what the hell is that? I never even saw this thing before. Cobra, shit, run! Leg it. Let's see, where's my fucking magic? I've actually avoided the main quest, so I do not have any dragon shouts. because the dragon shots, I just never found myself using them all that much. I kind of have like the head canon of I'm not even focusing on the main quest, so it's like none of that's even happening. I'm just adventuring in Falskar. But yeah, even the Brian Daley trilogy, it just didn't seem like Han was just... He didn't seem like a Duke Nukem. Like, he would just, you know, have sex with one woman and then move on to the next, you know. He was very, very serious about his relationships with the ladies. At least that's the vibe I got. So yeah, in this one, in Space Pirate Cobra, I kind of get the vibe that he does the Duke Nukem thing. But then again, could it be said that Duke Nukem actually has stable relationships? I mean... I say, well, we only see one relationship, but it seems like he was fairly faithful to the two female characters whose names I don't remember from Duke Nukem. But anyway, we don't care about that. Space Pirate Cobra. He's basically a blonde Han Solo crossed with Duke Nukem who likes the ladies and fights pirates and things of that nature. And also he's got a cannon for an arm, which I think is really quite cool, called the Psycho Gun. And he uses it to kill the alien and not be afraid of anything, although he primarily fights humans. The overall art style, shit. Fucking like it. Batman, save me! These bandits are all clones, it would seem. Fuck it. Leg it, leg it. Ah, shit. Well, I died. But, that being said, he fights pirates and things of that nature. The art design is really cool. One of the villains right now where I'm at in the series is basically a cyborg guy with like laser-resistant glass. The whole series is meant to be kind of campy. It's an 80s series, and it has that sort of golden age of sci-fi vibe to it. At least that's how I feel about it. Yeah, that's my last warning. Eat a fucking bolt! Actually, let me actually start using some of my fucking spells here. And overall, that's probably my favorite series of the year, I have to say, other than the Orville. Another series I was introduced to, or I wasn't introduced to, I already knew it existed, but I had not... Fucking Sabercat. Fucking asshole. Also, I have another mod that has different racial traits. Oh dear, that's controversial. As an Imperial, I have the Luck of the Emperor, which allows me to die or cheat death once a day. What the fuck is Batman? Batty, I can't handle this myself. Grab the old dwarven bolt there. But one show I finally did watch was Stranger Things. I can see why people like it. It's a pretty good show. I don't think it's quite as mimetic as others would say, but it's still pretty good. I enjoyed it immensely. It's one of those shows that I watched a great deal. What the hell? Now I'm being attacked by, what, a Dark Raven? That was there you are, Batman! Like, what kept you? Just because you don't have access to, you know, an exoskeleton does not give you an excuse to not move faster. You're a goddamn ninja. Let's save, so I don't have to redo all this again. But yeah, Stranger Things turned out to be a pretty cool show, in my opinion. It's not as good as I think people say it is, but it's still pretty good. Or put another way, I guess that's sort of like the culture today, where it can't just be a good show; it has to be the most amazing show of all time. It was still good. I'm trying to remember everything that happened in 2017. On the one hand, this year feels like it went by really fast. On the other hand, it's like I gotta make sure I don't add stuff from 2016. I think King Kong Skull Island came out this year, and if it did, then that was one of the movies that I quite enjoyed this year, because it's one of those it was one of the monster movies that actually figured out what it wanted to be. It actually showed Kong like in the first 20 minutes, and it had some pretty decent villains as well. The Skull Shit. The Skull Shit. It's sort of like a blob monster. The Skull Crawlers, I think they're called. They were really quite cool, though. And it was an interesting new design. As it goes to show you that old Donkey Kong is not going to be forgotten anytime soon. Let's see, any other movies other than Star Wars and that I did not see The Last Jedi as of yet. Just all the pre-release stuff that I've read and had people tell me about. It sounds like it's a decent movie as a movie, but it sounds like it's going to infuriate me in terms of canon. And I'm a big Star Wars fan. I've been a big Star Wars fan for many, many years. I grew up with the original trilogy. And I've always been a big fan of the original trilogy. Hell, there was a time when I used to watch Empire Strikes Back like once a day almost. I still think my favorite Star Wars movie of all time is Episode 4. It just has all the great elements, and it really knows how to use pacing appropriately. I think Empire Strikes Back, as good as it is, has a few bits of pacing problems. I think the stuff on Dagobah just slows the movie to a fucking crawl. I mean, I know that has Yoda and everything, but just... That's the problem with having so many good moments in a movie. It's like, you want to get back to, you know, Han on the Millennium Falcon. And that could just be me, because I'm a big Han fan. Because Han is, in my opinion, the coolest character in the entire Star Wars franchise. Actually, second only, really, to his son, Anakin. Sadly, who is no longer canon. And anyone who fucking says anything about Kylo Ren can go fuck themselves. That still pisses me off. Kylo Ren is not Han's son. Han has no son! Because none of Han's kids, even fucking Jason, even Jason had more self-respect than Kylo. Anyway, we're gonna move on, shall we? Let's see. Kong Skull Island was pretty good. I think I saw another movie this year, but I just can't remember right now. As far as gaming has gone this year, gaming has gone pretty well, actually, I think. I still liked not Return to Castle, Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus. I know that it has that reputation as being, you know, really social justice-y, but, you know, I just don't see it. I don't see the social justice in that. Maybe in some of the DLC there's more of it. I just didn't see it in the base game. I found it to be quite good. Let's see, my game of the year. I'm trying to remember what games came out this year as well.
Serious?
Yeah, I am serious. Go fuck yourself. I do like the voice acting in this mod. Let's see. Game of the year will probably be Prey 2017. I really enjoyed it from start to finish. It's one of those games where, kind of like this one that we're playing here, I ended up playing it till like 3 in the morning. And not having a problem with that at all. It was just a game that it really sucked me into the atmosphere, it really sucked me into the characters, and it just, even the ending I really liked. I know some had some problems with it, but no one's gonna like everything. I think just as a game, it turned out to be quite good as well. I've not played Cuphead, although I guess I could have, like, what annoyed me this year, just the constant insistence that Cuphead was good just annoyed me for some reason. It's one of those things where, like, did they even play the game, or is it just fashionable to say they liked it? Now, let's see. What other games did I play this year that are from 2017? Because, like, if I want to talk about games that I personally played that I really liked, I finally did play Prey 2006, and that game blew me away. I don't know which game I would say I liked more. Was Prey 2006 or Prey 2017? Both were quite good for different reasons. So, yeah. So, yeah, we got movies, TV shows, games... Books! I've read a number of books in 2017 that actually came from 2017, but the only one that comes to my mind right now is Dark Imperium. Now, that's not the book of short stories, which actually kind of confused me for a little while, but instead, Dark Imperium. Also, the music you're listening to is, of course, the Doom 2016 soundtrack, because awesome. Let's see. Dark Imperium by Guy Haley. That is the book that stands out most in my mind this year, just because of what it does to the Warhammer 40k lore. Dark Imperium basically is where the plot is incrementally... Well, it's not even incrementally moved forward. It is moved forward by quite a bit. Rowboat Girly Man is alive again. Brought back by the Aldari, because of course they have to change the names. No longer can you have just the Imperial Guard, it has to be the Astra Militarum. But, yeah, you know, Rowboat Gullyman is back. And, you know, that's kind of cool. I happen to like old Rowboat. I've always been a big Ultra Smurfs fan myself. Just because of the novel series that chronicled the adventures of Uriel Ventress. Although, I do find it kind of... Honestly, I found it cool. I know I should be like, I find it annoying, but I find it cool. Uriel Ventress does show up in Dark Imperium. And he squeezed out over Rowboat being back. I was just happy that he was there, okay? my standards are so low for a lot of the franchises that I like that I'm just glad they haven't fucked it up any worse than they have. Okay? And so, like, Uriel Ventress being there and not, like, being turned into, like, fucking Eldar Homunculus or something makes me happy, so. The book itself is very well written, I think. Guy Haley did a pretty good job getting the setting up and running. I found it to be just an enjoyable read. I couldn't put it down. I know longtime 40K fans really hate a lot of the canon changes. You know, like, once again, Rowboat being back. And a variety. And the Primaris Space Marines is something that is very divisive today. And I don't know how to feel about that, to be perfectly honest. When I read the book, I thought it was really cool. I really liked the idea of, here's some super Space Marines. It's like, yo dog, I heard you like Space Marines, but here's Space Marines and here's Space Marines. Space Marine. I thought that was, I honestly thought that was kind of cool. I know that that's not a popular opinion. I don't know what they do to the tabletop. I don't care, because I have not played it on the tabletop yet. Maybe my opinion will change if ever I play it on the tabletop. But right now, in terms of just reading the book, I thought they were cool in the book. Okay, because it's like, yeah, the Imperium's got new weapons to fight Chaos with. You know, maybe they might win. You never know. It just, but, you know, I know that that's just something that people don't like. I thought it was kind of cool from a narrative standpoint. 40K also has some SJW attacks on it, saying that where are the female Space Marines? Oh dear, that's something that's just sad. I mean, come on. You got the Sisters of Battle. They basically are female Space Marines, you know, that's... but, you know, that's just something that happens all the time. And it's not even a big bunch of people, as people are finding out. Ooh, Thane's Kuros. I'm not actually going to use it, because I'm specializing in heavy armor, but it doesn't matter. I wanted it. And that means I don't have to craft it. I shall take the rabbit hunch. Save. So all that being said, you know, I think 40K should be able to weather the social justice onslaught. At least I hope it can. Because 40K is not nearly as popular as Star Wars. Once again, I'm going to have to see Episode 8 before I finally pass judgment on it, but if just half of what I've heard is true, it's definitely going to be one of those movies that's going to infuriate me. More due to canon. I've known a number of people who don't even like Star Wars that have gone to see it, who enjoyed it just for the action. And I guess if you just watch it as a movie, it wouldn't be a problem. Talking about Star Wars, as this goes up, I've actually found some old short stories from 1997. And yes, I can carry a boatload of shit, because I've got a number of mods that let me have backpacks and pouches, like a regular 90s anti-hero. Talk about 90s anti-hero, going back to the TV category, I'm just kind of scatterbrained today. I did watch Punisher, and I got to think to episode 6 and gave it up. It's not a bad show by any means. It does the Punisher justice. The acting is really good, and I think I just dropped a bunch of rocks on my head. That's gonna hurt. But I should be able to survive. Aha! That's why you gotta have a powered exoskeleton. And I shall take that book. Fury! The Emperor's Fury! The Punisher show was good, but it was really depressing, and I just was not in the mood for that stuff. I've not watched that many Marvel things recently. Hell, I haven't even seen Justice League yet. Just haven't really had the chance. Although, I finally did see this year Batman vs. Superman, and BVS, it was a movie, alright. I think if you just watched it as just a movie, you might not have that much of a problem. I think that's what comes with a lot of these movies. If you just watch it as a movie, as a theater-going experience, and don't think about it too much, you shouldn't have too much problem with it. Although I do know someone who is a big Star Wars fan like me, who did see Episode 8 and was filled with Emperor's Fury! So yeah, there is that. For me, I just don't know. I will have to see if I can get to the theater. I have been distracted by life. But BVS, man, that's what you get when you just are trying to rush as many things as possible. You know, they made Batman really fucking crazy, which pissed me off. Poor Batfleck. Sad Fleck. So I can't imagine Justice League is going to be that much better. I'm not really sure why they stuck with the villain Steppenwolf. I mean, that has got to be one of the most unfortunate villain names I've ever heard. I guess one of the other problems I have with old Luke is the fact that the whole idea that he gave up on creating a Jedi Academy. Like, why would he not? So many of his students in the books just turned to evil. Like, the first one, if I'm not mistaken, was the unfortunate... That's probably why he turned to the dark side. Cruller! Fucking Darth Bearclaw, man. You know, after being made fun of for being the name of a pastry over all the time, he just had to go evil. But Cruller, I think it was the first one that went to the dark side. And then there was Kip Duron, although technically he got possessed by Exar Kun, but whatever. You know, then there was it Desan? The lizard guy, the purple lizard man from Jedi Knight 2. You know, like, he fell to the dark side. So many of his students fell to the dark side, but he kept persevering and formed the new Jedi Order, and it was awesome. So, yeah, I'm not sure. I don't like that Luke. I don't like the... Once again, this is... I've not seen Episode 7, but just if the plot's the same, if I'm not being lied to, and I don't think I am, you know, Han and Leia splitting up, you know, that's really stupid. You know, Leia didn't leave Han after he left because of his midlife crisis due to Chewbacca getting a moon dropped on him. That's another thing. You know, it's like when Chewbacca died. I remember I was in high school when I first did like a report on the essential chronology. Yes, I did a report on the essential chronology. Shut up. And it's like, okay, when I showed the slide that said Chewbacca dies in Vector Prime, okay, the whole class just erupted in groans of sadness because even the most non-nerdy person knows who Chewbacca is, and they don't want to see him die. So having Han die in Episode 7, are you joking? And the way he did die, Chewbacca got a moon dropped on him. Han got killed by a fucking emo. I'm sorry. Every time I think about, you know, Kylo Ren, it's just, even the name's stupid. Hello? Animation? It's like, seriously? You do it into the fucking animation? I'm probably gonna die now. No, I'm not. I got plenty of health. It's just Kylo. I don't even like the name Kylo Ren. And the fact his name was Ben. What emotional connection does Han have to Ben Kenobi? What real now Luke naming his son Ben makes sense. Fucking Ben Skywalker, man. But no, it's like. I think I mentioned earlier when I was talking about some short stories I'm reading from 1997. It follows the Emperor, and I'm sure it would have been, these would have been non-canon, you know, even as of 1998. I think they would probably be non-canon even as of 1997 because the whole concept of Anakin Skywalker being a Sith, that kind of got pretty much destroyed by the fact that, well, in these short stories I'm reading, Anakin was well, actually joined the Sith after he got his legs cut off by Obi-Wan. Whereas that didn't happen in the in the original chronology there. And in these short stories, the Emperor's not even a member of the Sith. He's just a really, really powerful Dark Force user. Although some of his background, the Emperor's background, would later be reused in Plagueis. Plagueis is a very good novel. But, you know, just from what I've heard about Episode 8, though, some of the really major logical inconsistencies and things of that nature really makes me appreciate the prequel trilogies a bit more. I used to be a big hater on the prequel trilogy, but when you think about it, when you really think about it, the prequel trilogy, while not good, is certainly not as bad as it could have been. But like with some of the movies that are bad, but that I kind of like, there's good moments in the prequels. Like, Episode 2, I think, is the most maligned of all of the prequel trilogy, and with good reason. It's insufferably dull, most of it. But I think it kind of gets saved at the end. Now, one of the reasons why I think I might end up liking Episode 7 and 8, potentially, if I actually just... If I'd seen them sight unseen, I might not have cared. That's the thing, but I didn't. It's like, I didn't dislike Episode 1 when I first saw it. I didn't dislike Episode 2 when I first saw it. But the reason why I don't think I would have disliked it is I bet there's good moments in Episode 8 and Episode 7. Bearclaw. The game knows what I'm talking about. Because there can be a movie where, when you think about it, it's terrible, but the moments in it are entertaining. In episode 2, you know, there was not that many good moments, but at the end, I'm pretty sure everybody really enjoyed when the clones showed up. I know I did. Oh, the clones were awesome, and they created a really good element of the Star Wars universe. Because now it's like, one Boba Fett's cool, a whole army of Boba Fett's is even more awesome, right? And they really were. You know, Batty, you can hold the line while I plunder everything. Get out of the way, Batman. I want to actually get a kill too. Actually, he's got nice armor. I might have to take some of it. What is that armor anyway? And Stabby. But like episode 2, it had a really cool moment at the very end. Northman. Oh, it's Northman armor. That stuff's not that good. I'll let you keep it then. I really need to get to a shop at some point. Well, actually, I really need to get to a smelter. I got the recycling mod because I'm doing my part for the environment of Skyrim. Give me all the golds! Give me all the golds! And the principal stamina lockpick. But when the clone showed up, that was awesome. I remember literally the next day at school, I was like, oh, the clone showed up and the spider droid was awesome. That was like maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes. I'll say it was maybe 20 minutes out of the entire movie that happened. The rest of it is just so much white noise when you're thinking about it. So there's probably like a cool scene. Chef's Tunic of the Connoisseur. Your palate is enhanced. Eating an ingredient reveals the first 2 alchemical effects. I'll take that, even though I'll never use it because I don't do alchemy. It's actually a pretty good chest here. A very ample chest indeed. And, you know, Yoda. Yoda kicking the crap out of... not Darth Bane. Darth Tyrannus? No, Count Dooku. There we go. Out of Count Dooku was cool. You know, when he's jumping around with his lightsaber, that's the stuff that people remember. They don't remember the horrible romance sequences between Anakin and Padme. They don't remember that. You know, because your brain remembers the stuff that you like. And I'm pretty sure that that's the case with, like, episode 7. Like, you remember the good part, you know. You remember, like, I'm trying to think of, like, what would have been a good scene in episode 7. I've seen bits and pieces of it. I guess maybe that, I haven't seen all of it, but the scene where Finn, who basically is Kyle Katarn. That is Kyle Katarn in all but name, okay? It's Kyle. Like Finn fighting the Stormtrooper. You know, that's probably a scene that you would remember. I know there's a scene that for some reason people like but pisses me off, where Han finds the Millennium Falcon. Why didn't he have it to begin with? He had so many fucking security systems on there. It's not even funny, but anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we need not have that detain us for the moment. Okay, I'm just going to sell the rest of that shit, even though I don't really need the money. Although I do have Winstead Mine installed, so I probably will go do that later. But yeah, Han finding the Millennium Falcon. If you know nothing about Star Wars, then you probably don't care. But man, why would he lose the Falcon? Anyway, let's move on, shall we? This kind of ended up becoming a rant about Star Wars. 2017. Of the reviews that I've done this year, I think my absolute favorite is the last one I did, and that is Area 51. I've done a lot of game reviews this year. Holy shit, I did not know how many I did until I checked the completed reviews folder. 2018, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I did want to do those movie reviews, but with the demise of VidMe, I'm not sure, because I don't want my movie reviews taken down, which would be very annoying if that happened. But at the same time, okay, I'm going to sell that. Gloves of the Alki. I'm going to keep that just because I want to. Not that I'm actually ever going to use it. Don't need any of that. Major haggling. I should probably have that on, but weapons and armor can be improved. Oh, I was actually keeping that. Okay, I will keep that. I'll keep the major haggling one, maybe. I don't know. Sweet. Leveled up speech. I do not need steel armor or steel plate armor. I'm not going to break that down for materials. Just because I'm not going to really need that at the moment. Because I do like breaking this stuff down for materials. Let's see, we do not need any dwarven crossbows or great swords or short swords. You can only break down certain items anyway. 10 points of frost damage. I'm trying to think if I have this enchantment. Fuck it. I will sell it anyway. And that as well. But I think Area 51 is my favorite review of the year, simply because that is a game that very few people talk about, and I really enjoyed the review process itself. I think my second favorite review of the year is, I almost said Republic Commando. I need to do that eventually. I already have like half a review of that, like a third of a review, not even a third, like 10% of a review for that. That one I did for CGR, but somebody had already ended up doing it. But I just really liked Area... Oh yeah, well, I lost my train of thought. Call of Duty 4 is my second favorite review of the year. That review just came together so well. It's just like, I sat down, recorded the gameplay footage, recorded the audio, recorded the video, edited it, no problems whatsoever. I got it done way faster than I thought I would. It was an enjoyable review to work on all around, and I had a great deal of fun working on it, and I think the writing turned out really good on that. One of the other things about 2017 that I think turned out pretty good is the fact that now I think I've got back my writing chops. Some of the earlier reviews of the year, I just didn't think I really liked the writing all that much. I think one of the reviews I think that's gotten the most popular, though, is Call of Duty World at War. That review, I don't think was bad. I just think it could have been better. You know, like, most of the reviews are going to have a base quality to them. They're not going to be bad, per se, because if they are bad, they're not going to get released. Because I consider myself my own harshest critic. So if I think it's really bad, it won't be released. A good example of which is Quake 4. Although I've since looked at Quake 4 again, and I think that review didn't turn out that bad, so I think I might actually go ahead and release that in 2018. Let's see, I will leave the Thane's Cure. Actually, no! Since I have one mannequin in here, I think I'll go ahead and attach it to the mannequin. What the hell? Where's Batman? I guess Batman is off at the pub getting drunk. Let's see, where is the Thane's Cuirass? There we go! Yeah, it's fucking awesome. See, can I lose any weight? I've got too much junk. Well, you can imagine where this goes. Let's see. I actually kind of lost my train of thought again. I just keep getting distracted by the greatness of Skyrim. Skyrim's an interesting experience here. You know, I've probably ended up playing this more than Oblivion, which is quite sad because Oblivion is such a good game. I guess because there's more mods for this than there are Oblivion, I think, at this point. And it makes sense that there's more mods for this. And yes, I'm putting in random crap in this chest because I forgot to sell it because I wasn't paying attention because I'm busy conducting a fucking end-of-year review. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's why I have that's why I have so much weight, is I still have all those ingots that I need to use. Let's see. I completely lost my train of thought because I got distracted. Well, back to the reviews. I think just my overall writing has returned to its original. It has returned to what I consider like the classic style, where I talk about each individual detail in detail. And I really prefer those reviews because that really is what differentiates my stuff from the rest of the pack. You know, I really go in depth more so than most other reviewers. Which you really got to do, because there's so many reviewers today, and you really want to have as much stuff that's actually unique as possible. And just create all the hinges! Create all the hinges! Not that I really use these, not that I'm going to use the hinges, but that's a good way to get your smithing skill up. That's the one thing about Skyrim after all these years, it's just, you kind of know the ins and outs of it. Haul this shit back to the house. Actually, let's see, how much weight do I have? Yeah, I will allow you to not have to see me haul shit back and forth to my house. I think 2018 is going to be a good year for reviews. I'm doing less reviews now than I was in 2017, though. There was a couple months there where I was getting out like 4 a month. And while that's good, I just felt myself really getting burnt out. Because you can only come up with so much stuff all the time. Where is Batman? What happened to Batman? I hope he's not, like, stuck on a wall somewhere. Or dead. Let's just wait and see if he shows back up. And he has not. Oh, crap. Don't tell me that mod broke. Let's see. I will teleport to here, and hopefully Batman will teleport with me. But yeah, doing a lot of reviews in a short period of time is not very easy. Ulgar. Batman! Well, Batman seems to have disappeared. Let me see. What's my last save? That is on 12/27/2017. Oh, dearie me. This is not good. Because hopefully Batman will show back up at some point. Let's see. What is the last autosave? Amber Holds. That's a long time ago, but... yeah. I'm not going to force you guys to watch me do the same crap over and over again, but I don't want to lose Batman. This is actually my main game. I don't know what happened to Batman. Like, I do not know what happened to him. He just disappeared. You might think this is that... oh, this is right here. Crap. Well, looks like 2018 is off to a great start. Batman has disappeared. Where is... wait, there he is. You know what? Fuck you, Batman. I said you disappeared, then you show back up. It's like I scripted it. As long as no one knows that this is completely happening by accident, it'll look like I'm like the greatest scripter ever. But anyway, doing too many reviews at one time can definitely cause burnout to where you end up repeating yourself over and over again. You don't really want to do that because that does make the audience get kind of bored with what you're saying. It's the same kind of thing that happened with the Let's Plays. When this year started out, I was doing a lot of Let's Plays. I was trying to get like 3 done a week. Holy crap, that is not an easy prospect. You know, and the thing is, just hitting record is not enough. Like, just hitting record right now, you know, I have all this stuff to say because I've been thinking about what to say. I've been planning what to say and practicing what to say in many instances. Yeah, there's some ums and uhs, but it's still me thinking about what I'm going to say for the next video. And you're trying to get 3 out a week. That is not an easy thing to do. And eventually I just couldn't do it anymore. Now, it's because I didn't have a lot of time, and because it just wasn't to the quality that I liked. It just didn't have the same quality that I like to do. That's why, you know, there's 1 Let's Play episode a week. That's why you'll see, if you compare my mass-produced Let's Plays to the ones where like there's 1 a week, you'll see that the ones recently are a lot better. It's not necessarily... holy crap, that's a giant ant. Batman? Batty? I didn't mean to say fuck you. You can come back. Holy crap, this guy's doing a lot of... holy shit, I just died. God damn. I think that must have been the necromancer and somebody with a fucking bow. Well, hopefully Batty will actually keep up. I need to build him a Dwemer exoskeleton. I've just been too lazy to do it in game. Yeah, you can actually be lazy in games. But you'll notice my reviews have definitely shot up in quality since Prey 2007. Not Prey 2007. Prey 2006. It's just when you devote more time per review, the stuff does turn out to be a lot better because you have more time to focus on what you're reviewing. You have more time to kind of perfect the dialogue a little bit. Although, I don't think any of you guys really notice, but whenever I go back to some reviews, even from like a couple months ago, it's like I find myself repeating myself a lot. Batty. He's got to be somewhere over there. Batman? I'm scared. Okay, I'm just gonna go and go to the cave there. But when it comes down to, I think it's just you got to spend a lot of time. Oh yeah, where was I? Yeah, word choice. I found myself saying actually so much in some videos from just a few months ago. And it's like actually, yeah, I did this actually. It's just like every time I heard it, I just wanted to cringe. I don't think anyone notices. Because even though I did these videos myself, when I actually watched it back to make sure there weren't any mistakes, I didn't really notice the actuallys. Actually, I think just when you're editing, you can hear each individual word, and it's like, oh yeah, I said actually a whole bunch there. But I don't think that's going to be a problem in 2018. I'm going to shoot for like 2 reviews a month in 2018. That's not going to be an easy prospect. January is going to be a good start because, like I said, I don't dislike Quake 4 as much. Well, I don't dislike the review for Quake 4 as much as I did. So that should be done. And then I can get the review for January is actually going to be... Oh, crap. I need to heal. The review for January is going to be Dead to Rights. That is a game I only just recently played, despite being aware of it. I can only play so many games, goddammit. Save. Batman is... Oh, there's Batty. Sweet. Goddamn. Those fucking ice spikes, even now, after all these years, they are still absolutely devastating. Too bad he walked right into my attack and I cut his head off. Well, I didn't cut his head off, but same thing. So yeah. I think I would like to do another Skyrim Let's Play at some point, but there's no reason to, because I already did the Predator thing a couple of years ago. That's still really popular. The Skyrim Predator Edition. I enjoyed that. The sad part is, once again, I played more of Skyrim Predator than I did Oblivion. It's just, that's, it annoys me. Who lurks in the shadows? The Shadow. Because only he knows. Not that crazy, eh? I do like the dialogue for these guys. The modder did a great job. Let's see, where was I? I just keep getting distracted by the greatness of Skyrim. Skyrim is just one of those games that you can just pop in, well, turn on, and just kind of lose yourself in the gameplay. Story's still good. Not as good as it could be, though. Let's see, what else about 2017? The weather for 2017 has been kind of crap, though. Had that fucking flood, which was not fun. Houston's been flooding a lot more recently. That is mainly due to the fact that nobody seems to realize that water cannot be absorbed by concrete. I know it seems like a... Holy crap, that's a lot of necromancers. Okay, I am falling back. Good luck, Batty! Is that water cannot be absorbed by concrete. You think they would... And the thing is, like, okay. You would think they would recognize this and not just demolish so much goddamn pasture land. But then again, you know, you don't want them controlling business and stuff like that, but still. It is a problem. And it's like digging a bunch of retention ponds is not going to help. Like, there definitely needs to be some drainage stuff going on here. Look at Batman. Like I told you, he's a fucking... Oh, and I just shot Batman in the back. Sorry, Batty. He's not going to die. He'll just go into a damage phase, leaving me to... I'm just going to fucking snipe him. He doesn't stay long in his damage phase, that's for sure. Okay, I'm going to save. And then I am going to... One other thing about 2017 is I have gotten most of the technical issues that plagued early 2017 fixed. I'm not having a lot of the freezing that I was. I think that's mainly due to drivers that are finally halfway decent. I still just got pummeled by the goddamn ice spike, but hey, whatever. So that is another good aspect of 2017 as well. Another thing I did this year is I ended up replacing the old keyboard and mouse with some new clicky keys. This is a really cool keyboard, actually. It's not the most expensive keyboard you can get, because I don't really believe in spending that much on a keyboard, but it's a decently priced one. I think it was like 35 bucks. It's just a basic wired USB keyboard that allows me to have a much more comfortable typing surface, which is quite good. And the mouse is a standard gaming mouse. One other aspect of the weather of 2017 is Texas or Houston at the very least, finally got snow. Not that fake ice-like snow either. That shit snow, as one could call it. Like real snow. You know, like the soft kind that everyone else gets. That was really cool. I really enjoyed that. That was like literally a winter wonderland kind of thing. Which, now for those of you who live up north or live in places where it snows a lot, like, for people in Houston at the very least, that's like, holy crap, it's a dream come true. Literally, in my 28 years of being alive, that's the first time I've ever seen snow like that. The first time. It snowed, but it would hit the ground and melt. That's what would happen. It'd like, oh, there's a snowflake, melt. So, yeah. Seeing that was probably one of the highlights of 2017. I think that's probably the biggest highlight of 2017, to be perfectly honest. Let's see. Anything else cool in 2017? Another highlight of 2017 was a trip I made to Galveston that I did not film. It was just a personal trip of mine. And that one turned out to be pretty good for one major reason. NASA was doing some experiments with a new capsule, and it was sitting on one of the ships out there, and I ended up getting to see it. Not up close or anything, but I was able to see that it was there, which was really fucking awesome. And on local news, one thing that is kind of sad is the Battleship Texas might have to be either scrapped, which I really, really hope doesn't happen. But if it's scrapped, that's going to be terrible. But regardless, it's going to have to be removed from the water. Now, the Battleship Texas is one of the... It's either the oldest or one of the oldest battleships afloat. And yeah, it's rusting up pretty bad. And so they're thinking they're going to have to remove it from the water and put it on the land. Which is going to cost quite a bit of money, to say the least. And I sincerely hope they can actually get it. I actually did do a video on that. I just have not edited the footage yet because I have not had the time or inclination to do so. Because I have about 2 hours of footage and it's going to take forever to get it done. Editing the outdoor adventure I did in 2016 was a horrific process because there's so much footage you got to go through. You got to get it just right. Editing stuff is not an easy thing. Because I put a lot of time and effort into my edits. That's why I love Let's Plays, because all I gotta do is literally just press upload, and that's it. Like with a review, the editing process, it takes the longest. Like, it takes several days to edit those videos to look as good as they do. Like, it is not just something that takes no time at all. And it's a lot easier now than it used to be. Well, I say that it used to be. This was years ago, but when I first did the YouTube reviews, I had to convert a lot of the footage to a format that I could actually use, and I've still had it better than most because when YouTube first started out, like your reviewers, like say the AVGN, Nostalgia Critic, people like that, they were using an even older style. Well, they were using an old style of camera, and he's already dead. Can I have my arrow back? Shit. I could pull it out right now, but, well, video games. They were using, like, mini DV tapes, so, like, they had to get that off of there in real time. I didn't have to do that, because I've been using just a basic SD camera, but even then, you had to, at the time when I started using my SD card camera, I had to, I didn't have that powerful of a computer at the time, so, like, it couldn't really do any sort of editing. It chugged. Let's just put it that way. It chugged on that footage. It chugged hard on that footage. So yeah. One cool thing though, I think it was this year. I think it was 2017 that I started using Relive. Yeah, it was because it was this year because I remember the first reviews I did using Relive was the review of Call of Duty 2. Yeah, and Relive works really well. There were some driver issues that kept it from working. Oh wow, that was this year too! Wow, I'm remembering everything that happened this year. Earlier this year, I didn't even have this graphics card. Yeah, I ended up getting a new graphics card in 2017. Got the RX 480 4GB model. Yeah, I forgot all about that. That was this year. Man, there's a lot of shit that happened this year. That is good, because that lets me play all the modern games, you know, maxed out. But Relive works really well. There is some desync I have found. But that happened even with Fraps. That'll happen even with some other programs. But Relive works really well. Mainly because it uses .mp4. And MP4 is very good. Not MP4, H.264. That's what I meant to say. Works really good because it's just such a nice small file size. Fraps, it's completely uncompressed. Holy shit, look at all that. Okay, let's see what we get. Ebony Warhammer. I might break that down for supplies and a shitload of stuff. I will take it all. Give it all. How much space do I have left? Yeah, a little halfway. But yeah, H.264 works really well. I don't know if you guys can hear the fireworks out there. I'm definitely going to be doing some fireworks myself. Got a shitload of cakes. Well, a grand total of 2. Because they had a buy one, get one free deal. That is going to be fun. It's even going to be super fucking cold this, I almost said 4th of July. This New Year's. Colder than usual. It's supposed to have like a wind chill of like 20 outside. Holy crap. Yeah, so in terms of the actual video production, things are a lot easier now. Got got Real Life working, and just overall, the thing is, for me personally, are things better now in December of 2017 than they were in December of 2016? And I would go as far to say that in some instances, yes, and in some instances, not. Well, the thing is, that how do you actually determine what's good or bad? What is truly good or bad? For me personally, I'm doing better. It's sad that a number of bad things happen to a number of individuals, especially during that flood. But I'll tell you, the other question is, like, am I happier at the end of 2017 versus the end of 2016? And I would say, in terms of my overall emotional state, I am happier now than I was in 2016. Overall. I'm still kind of sad about the death and things of that nature, but, you know, I think I'm in a better place now than I was then. You know, I think I'm in a better mental state. And I think that's an important thing, you know. Not every year is going to be super amazing, but I can definitely say that things are going pretty okay. They're going okay. And I'm looking forward to 2018. 2017 was a busy year. I've forgotten all the stuff that had happened. And I think, you know, one could go as far to say that one could be cautiously optimistic about 2018. It's hard to say. Now, if this whole video file crashes and breaks or is desynced, then, well, there you go. Off to a great start now. But assuming the video file works and nothing bad happens between now and tomorrow, you know what? Maybe 2018 won't be so bad after all. So I'm GeneralLotz, and, well, Batman is indisposed. And I'm going to wish you good luck and good fortune, whatever makes you happy.